Hey everybody, welcome back. They are getting everybody set up for round 5 of 5. We are going to be watching Primetime Gonzalez versus Luke Fuller on Red Black Cascade versus the Gurk 9000. And they are undefeated. The reason they are playing is for seeding.
Kyle's undefeated.
Yeah, Kyle is undefeated. Yep, and Luke actually, if he loses this, there is a shot he's out.
Oh wow. Okay, so kind of exciting.
It goes 9 points all the way to 8th place, or excuse me, 6 points all the way to 8th place. So 1x2 makes it, but if Luke loses, 2x2s could make it.
That's exciting. So what's also really cool about this, Kyle, this I think is Gurk's worst matchup in.
So then we got another exciting development that I was just informed of from my lovely wife and director Kyle, which is Noah Huizinga is paired down.
Oh,
yikes! So
he must play.
Yes,
and if
he's paired down against the one, the only, the most handsome Magic player in Michigan, Raja Sullivan.
Oh no! And Raja wanted to also play for seeding because he's 3-1.
Yeah,
Raja's 3-1 and making brutal. What an animal Raja is. But oh boy, that'll be interesting.
There's a good possibility this whole event could be shaken up really bad by this last round. That's why for those at home,
Noah's XO1, right?
I believe he's XO1.
So it doesn't matter. He's in regardless. But if he beats Raja, we might get all sorts of 3-2s hopping into top 8. We even get 3.
So this is important for those people to know that are going to these events and stuff, not regular, not super regular like we would, but maybe just going kind of casually. Never drop when you're just just on the cusp.
Yeah.
Because this kind of situation could happen. Yeah. And you could just be in and you don't even know it.
Anyway, Luke here, turn 2 Blood Tithe Harvester. This is actually one of Kyle's harder matchups. We tested a lot for Energy Champs, this Gurk deck, and it really struggles with Rakdos. It was one of its hardest matchups. So Kyle forcing the play here is pretty ballsy, I'd say, but we'll see how it goes.
That is
Ludovic. Binning a slow Gurk. It's a blind mill, no control. I would imagine Kyle would have liked to draw that slow Gurk, actually, but no choice. You must bin it. It is not surveil. Luke going to take a read. A very, very interesting card.
Diet Coke is refreshing.
Looks good.
And what does the flip side of Ludovic do? Is it
flips,
irrelevant?
Oh, it's very relevant, actually. It flips into a 4/4, and then it also becomes a copy of the thing you exile. And it can exile any number of things, and I think it gets +1/+1 counters for each extra creature you exile.
I'm gotta look this thing up.
You better, because a lot of text on that card.
Ludovic Necrogenius. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, mill a card. X, blue, black. Exile X creature cards from your yard. Transform Ludovic. X cannot be 0. Thing's gross on the backside.
Yeah. So Kyle had a really good turn here. Relic Rona Cutdown. I mean, that is what a turn 3. Jump from 3 to 6 mana. Kill your 2-drop. Now, Luke also going to have a really good turn here. Gets to attack with Preacher. Oh, he has a Gix. Interesting. I think I would Geopraise here if I'm Luke. Yeah. Now, I would have Geopraise first because we could have hit a Gix. I guess maybe he's digging to Shieldred, though. He's given himself the out of peeling a Shieldred. So, attacking first, I don't know that I would do it, but the upside of hitting Shieldred is pretty high. So, that was the reasoning for this attack. Now we're going to Geopraise. We get really punished if we spin into a Gix. There's the Shieldred. One card off. If we hit a Gix, it's worst possible, kind of. Because, okay, we hit a bat. So
not bad.
Very good, actually. Yeah, Kyle only has 1 spell. But he can talk Enuma to buy back Gurk, and we all know how good that is. Yep. So here we go. Time for Time for the Gurk 9000 to really start kicking it into gear here.
I didn't see what he drew there. Did you see?
Looked like a black spell. Oh, it's a Rona. All right, we'll channel this.
Takanuma, mill 3.
Uh-huh. Oh, my God.
Baby.
We hit more lands.
Cast the Gurk. Untap the Rona.
Yep.
Let's go. Black, Takanuma.
Okay. Trigger Gurk, and then any additional lands we mill, trigger it more. Oh, my God. 2 counters, but now we can pick it up and then return all these spells to our hand.
Put the Titania in our hand, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Trigger the Gurk.
Yeah.
Put the Gurk in the hand.
Yep. So
We don't need to put the Gurk in the hand now, do we?
we'll see. He's gonna do it now.
Pick up all the good lands.
I don't.
Plaza Heroes?
He hasn't played a land yet,
No,
so he gets to.
he can play the Gurk again.
He can play the Gurk again, which is what he's gonna do. Kyle's so good with these decks, man. Kyle is so good with these decks. Plays so quick too. Just really a lot better than
2 mana.
a lot better than I'd be with these decks. I'll tell you what. I would be like thinking through all this
You know
stuff.
what's
Kyle doesn't
disgusting?
even need to. He's just flying.
He's got Takanuma and
Yep.
Otawara up.
He has both, and we'll see if Luke sees it. It doesn't really matter if Luke sees it because it's happening anyway. But him seeing it might mean that at least he would play it differently. But here we go. I mean, this is the where it all just goes wrong. I mean, Gurk is just now we're 1 mana reanimating a thing every turn, 1 mana bouncing potentially multiple things every turn because we can Gurk twice. And this is just what the deck does. I mean, it's just going off. We didn't have interaction from Luke's side, and we're just going to lose because we didn't interact. And his hand was good. Like he couldn't mulligan this. He went like Blood Tithe into Preacher into Geopra. Like his hand was awesome on the play, but Kyle's hand was just too good. And now everything is going to kind of just spiral out of control.
Do we block the Preacher and then
Oh
bounce?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to block, and then he's going to bounce the Gix, and then he's going to. Honestly, he's just going to let this trade happen, I think. And then the Gurk will trigger, getting back our other stuff, and then we can Takanuma it back later. Okay, maybe he's going to Takanuma first. Okay, isn't there another Gurk in there? I forget if there's another Gurk. I can't even remember. It doesn't even...
Oh, but the Gurk's got counters. Now we bounce the Gurk.
Okay, bounces the Gurk, so he didn't want to make the trade. The trade just doesn't matter. Now he has 2 Otawaras. So now Luke just doesn't get to do anything. We're just going to go bounce your bat, get my Titania back, Titania you. It's just going so... It's just getting so out of control. I mean,
The Gurk.
Yep, it is firing on all cylinders here. Kyle just...
What is Luke's out in this instance?
I don't think he has one. I think game's over. Kyle, just Otawara protects everything. Plaza protects everything. Kyle is way too smart to ever expose anything to something he doesn't want to happen. It's just... Luke just can't do anything. I mean, it's just... The game is done, in my opinion. I do not think there's a chance to get out of this. Even if you had a main deck sweeper, it just like, okay, killing the Rona is a good start there because Kyle couldn't save it. That takes a legend count down and oh, well, just another one.
There's always another Rona.
Just another one. Yeah, Kyle. Oh, my
Inty.
God. It's just, we call this just really going off. Now we get to play our Gurk. Let's tap all our, we get to play Titania first and we'll Gurk later.
Why bother Gurking now when you can Gurk later?
Yeah, why? Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Yeah, time to Gurk, untap our Rona. We just have all rainbow mana, by the way, here too. So because all our legends tap for any color. So he just gets to go Otawara, Takanuma now. The Gurk is massive, by the way. Oh, someone putting a hand in the camera.
Because we kept going in and out of focus.
Ah, I see.
Somebody's trying to correct that for the viewers at home.
I see.
We apologize.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Kyle doesn't even want the second Otawara. He's I don't need it.
He really doesn't need it.
He doesn't. I mean, it's just this
thing plays 4 too, right?
It does, yeah.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
It's one of the best. It might be the best card in your deck, honestly. It's just so perfect. Yeah, things are really, really about to just get so bad for Luke. I'm really a little surprised that Kyle let that attack happen, but he obviously has a plan. He would not have done that.
Time.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. No, the hidden reach Hidden Reach
And you know
strikes
Luke's
again.
about to reach across that tail, pick that card up. Yeah, are you serious?
Reach? It does that too? Oh, yeah, the air tie, untap. Oh. Yeah, you
Oh my
gotta kill the Rona here.
Yeah.
You gotta kill the Rona, but that's pretty embarrassing because we would have liked to play it for the 6 mana half. But yeah, this is just gross. And the bat is about to die. Titania, and now we almost have lethal because we have a Gurk in play, and we get to spin these lands, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and now we get to trigger Inti and Gurk. I think we just have lethal. I'm fairly
it's gotta be close.
Yep, that's one counter on the Gurk. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Luke
Okay,
says
okay.
I don't even know what's happening anymore, but I know I'm not winning this game, so let's just move on.
The Gurk.
We have watched this deck just crush so far on stream. These have been beatings. I mean, just savage beatings. Yeah, deck's really good. Kyle's played it a lot, and like we said, definitely his kind of deck. Now, I wouldn't want to play against him on it, that's for sure.
Now, I'm just gonna put this out. I think Kyle's gonna win this event. I'm fairly confident.
Probably a good pick.
Yeah.
Probably a good pick. Probably him or Raja. I mean,
whatever you guys are in the event, I just pick you or Kyle.
Yep. And Chris is there
Chris
too.
Yeah.
Chris, the thing about Chris though is he memes a little more often than everyone else for sure. So you never know with Chris if he's playing like sometimes his deck selection I think makes it less likely that he would maybe win. Although I do think his deck's good. Is it as good as the other tier decks? Probably not. And I do think that'll maybe get him. That'll maybe get him in the end. First, he has to win this round to get in the top 8, but I'm confident he'll do it. Anyway, yeah, Kyle, man, God, he's really good.
The
man.
Gurk, dude.
Kyle's really good. This guy was beating me up at F&M's before he even turned 21. So
I was beating you up at F&M's before you were out of high school.
What?
I was beating you up at F&M's before you were in high school.
Oh, you
man.
were. You were. Okay, that's fair.
The youth eventually overcomes you, man.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, Kyle's is really good with this deck. It's a really powerful deck. It's always, I always say this deck, Toxic. There's some decks in this format that like really reward your opponent not having reps against you. This is a big one because it just can do so much. And a lot of the interactions are really weird. So you just, if you haven't played against a lot, you don't know what to prioritize. And even though we talked about like Luke's hand looked good last game, but the fact that it had no removal was what I kind of just did it in.
Yeah,
and
Kyle's deck is one that just like it snowballs.
Yeah,
it's once it gets, you give it an inch, it takes a mile.
Oh yeah,
it's really powerful.
How many abrades?
Metawatt, the Gurk 9000 is 5-color Legends combo. If you watch it, it's just slow Gurk doing his thing. It's doing the Gurk.
It sure is. All right, how many abrades are in Luke's?
Not enough.
One.
How
many Brotherhood's Ends?
Not enough.
One. So we're going to bring in the Abrade. We're going to bring in the Brotherhood's End if we understand how important Relic is. You bring in Abrade and Brotherhood's End, not only because they can kill a lot of creatures, but because they also have the flexibility of hitting the Relic. Because as we've seen, Relic is so broken.
Relic is the best card in the deck.
Yeah, it is the one that is...
It's Relic and Rona.
Relic, Rona, Gurk, Inti, all 4 of those cards have like such good synergies together. But yeah, the Relic is super broken. All the cards are like very broken when they start doing the thing. So yeah, it's very key
doing the Gurk
that you try and stop all the pieces from assembling. And unfortunately for Luke, just everything went right for Kyle that game. It was turn 2. That's not even true. I guess he didn't even play Rona until later in the game. But
Hidden Pants, he is Gurkin. He's telling his opponent to Gurk off. Really,
he's Gurking it up. Yeah. So all right, here we go. Kyle up a game. Luke on the play this time. I think he was on the play. Was he on the play that? Yeah, he was. He was on the play.
He was on the play.
Had a very good draw too. Yeah, that's a scary game, man. When you have a draw that like goes Blood Tithe into Preacher into Geopraiser, and it was an excellent hand. Yeah, he got wrecked. It was not even a close game, to be honest.
Yeah, Yeah, and like you could say the attack with the bat was like into the reach guy. It's
That
like
didn't matter.
it,
The
di-
game
it,
was
di-
over.
it didn't
The game
matter.
was
The
over.
game,
Yeah, the game was
the
totally
bat
over.
was like, you said it was best possible, and it still just wasn't enough to stop Slogurk.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess best possible for Luke would have been bat into Gix. I mean, always the best possible for these black mid-range decks is just bat into Gix.
And then he had it.
He didn't have bat. He didn't have bat on 2. He had Blood Tithe on
yeah,
2.
yeah.
His hand's very good here. He should keep. He's got Kill Spell. He's got 3-mana Threat, and he's got Geopraiser. So pretty happy with his hand. I will say,
Brotherhood's End.
oh, that's
huge.
Money draw.
That's huge.
Liliana of the Veil really good in this matchup too, by the way. Very good. Edict lines up very well into this deck, and Uptick lines up very well in this deck too. Oh, cut it down, play a Preacher. Now this is what Luke needed. Luke needed a little bit of interaction, a little bit of threats. This is a perfect hand. If this one can't get there, you're going to be pretty disappointed. But we'll see if Kyle has a go for the throat. Definitely wants a go for the throat here. He has one. Yep, there it is. Go for the throat. Can we just talk about how fast Kyle plays? It is unreal how quick he goes when he plays games, and he doesn't make many mistakes either, like at all. So really impressive how quick he plays.
It's because he puts in the time to learn these decks. Bitter Triumph, that's good to put in hand. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Kyle just
he's a master of his decks.
A well-oiled machine.
Oh my, it's Rona.
Okay. Well, let's move in. Attack. Yep. Smart. Kyle's
it's a pretty free block.
It's a 3/2.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a 2/2.
Nope.
Never mind. Not free block, everybody.
3/2.
Not free block.
Actual Bloodbraid Elf without haste.
Really? Okay. Crazy. Crazy. They actually made it worse.
Yeah. Except that Bitter Triumph would have just been gone that we just cast. Okay, there's the go for throat. Kyle holding that up very well there. Okay, untap, draw. What do we got? We got a Gurk, we got a cut down, and I think we got an Otawara. Maybe a Ludwig over there too. We'll see what Kyle does here. I would imagine, okay, play the Otawara. Sure, play Gurk. He doesn't have any lands yet, so this would be a premium time.
This Gurk is really bad right now.
Kill that thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie here. All right, now I would Brotherhood's End right now.
Slam it.
Yeah, I would kill the board and then I would play.
Oh, you also got Carnosaur. You could do it too.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want to.
I want to keep the Carnosaur.
Oh,
a little misstep here. A little misstep.
Okay,
sure.
he's gonna do that.
He's just gonna use the dinosaur to kill it. Okay.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep. Totally a fine play. Yep. Okay.
Yikes.
A lot of removal. It's removal all over the place. But this is why I didn't
love go for throat.
Why I didn't love channeling the Carnosaur is now okay. Well, we've got a man land. It's pretty good. Oh, kill it! Get it out of here! Animal behavior from Kyle. Just kill your thing.
So rude. So rude.
Ooh.
What does Kyle need to get back? Kyle's actually behind in this game right now.
Yeah, not by much though. I did not like that discard Brotherhood's End. I think that was really unnecessary.
Greedy.
Yeah, unnecessary. But okay, attack. Discard this land. See you later. Draw a card. Anoint's very good. Oh, Preacher. Okay. Well, yeah, Luke really pulling away here in this game. But Rona's good. Rona's good, but we have Anoint. We have Anoint plus Preacher is really sick here.
Come on, Rona off the top.
Yeah, what do we need? Airtie? Airtie'd be strong. Another removal spell would be good. Plaza ain't it.
That's what we needed last turn.
Probably would play that now, yeah. Don't want to get Lily upticked. Okay, I think we drew a bat. It's just a threat at this point. Scary for sure. It fires up the manland. Okay. Probably discard land here. Trigger the Preacher.
Preacher first. Draw a card.
Another bat.
Discard a bat.
Pitches a bat. Yeah, play land, play bat. That's an Aclazotz.
That was an
Aclazotz is a really cool one against this deck because Aclazotz reads whenever your opponent discards a land, make a bat. So every time your opponent channels, you get a bat.
Smart for Luke to see that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I might have missed it.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's weird. So weird. Aclazotz is so annoying with the channel lands.
Well, Kyle knows he's in trouble. His opponent didn't activate the man land.
Yep.
Boom. Bat God.
Yep. All right. Well, looks like we're probably going to go to a game 3 here, unless Kyle can... Nope, that ain't it. It'll make a bat and deal with Aclazotz, and then they'll just play it again.
Yep. Kyle's... This is... Kyle's pausing to see how much.
Yeah, can I? Is it even worth?
Is there an out?
Yeah, and he thinks yes. So, well, the good news is he's gonna play the Gix, which means that we will at least get the Aklazats off the board here. But we're gonna take Trigger get a bat. We'll see if he yep, he did. He pointed it out. So we're gonna get a bat. The problem is we're just Gix is gonna there's so many cards, just so much value. The bat now in play too. Like I don't really know. I don't think we have an out. I'm pretty sure Kyle doesn't play any sweepers or anything.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Breach. Can cast Breach the Multiverse. Okay, Breach the Multiverse could get us out. Could Breach into Shieldred Carnosaur. Do we play Shieldred? We don't. We could Breach into Carnosaur. It's got to be Breach. Breaches are out. You can top deck Breach. Not a Breach.
That was a Lazav.
Yeah. See you later. Lazav or Gix? Get a Gix. Or not a Gix, Glissa. I thought it was a Glissa. I don't think he plays Lazav yet. Lazav would be an interesting card in this deck, though.
It is not a Lazav. Thought it was, though.
Yeah, Lazav actually a card from the new set that could be very interesting in this deck.
Old Lazav.
Okay.
Which would also be very good in this deck.
Yeah.
Can copy Rona's in the yard.
Is Old Lazav legal in this format? I don't think it is. It?
Yep.
You sure?
Not the original Lazav.
Oh, okay.
Lazav the Multifarious.
Oh, okay.
It's from the Return to the Return to Ravnica.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, here we go to game 3. Luke not on the play now, so we'll see how things go. But like I said at the beginning, I do think Red-Black is favored in the matchup. But
this one's ETB Surveil 1, then pay X to becomes top. Copy a target creature could become a copy of Slogurk.
I don't think that thing is standard legal.
Oh, it's not. I was thinking Pioneer.
New Lazav, though, is now...
New Lazav would be, yeah.
Now potentially a playable card in this deck.
Biff that one up, yeah.
Whatever. I was just sitting over here like...
Like, are you sure, Andrew?
Yeah. It's like, man, I
the
think
Return to Ravnica has been a while.
These decks would play that card so much faster than Ludwig. It's unbelievable. It would just be miles better than Ludwig. Other than, I mean, Ludwig does have a nice body to block, but Lazav kind of does too. 1/3.
1/3. It's a Rona body.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good at holding the fort back at least. Anyway, here we go. Shuffling up here. Game 3. Yet again, just flying.
This is Kyle's first time being on the play, though.
It is. Yep. And, I do think the matchup is much harder post-board, given that Luke boarded properly.
You guys tested this.
And so far, all the cards that Luke has had in his deck mostly made sense to me. We'll see if Kyle can get there. If I'm Luke, I probably would have boarded down on some of your 3s, given that we're on the draw. Make sure you max out on removal. Removal just so key. So key in this matchup.
He's only got one Aklazad, right?
Yeah.
Aklazad is huge.
Yeah. Anoint, Gix's Command, very good. Lilia Veil, very good. Brotherhood's End, obviously, we saw that one. A Braid, obviously, would be in. Another Cut Down is in. Soul Transfer, a little awkward because of sorcery speed, but it'd still be in my deck.
So a lot of sideboard cards.
Yeah, even Extract the Truth is not the worst. Seeing your opponent's hand and ripping a card out of it is kind of acceptable, I think, but little mediocre. So definitely doesn't need to be in the deck. But I would think about it. It'd definitely be a card I would think about. Yeah, so we will see. If I'm Luke, this is a matchup where I like boarding out the Gix's commands. It's not really what this matchup's about at all. I think it was actually boarding out Geo-Appraisers, funny enough, in this matchup, too, for a while. But then I started bringing them back in because of how removal-heavy Kyle and Chris were.
With the Geo-Appraisers, like, worst-case scenario, you see if I get a removal spell, you put it in your hand.
Yeah. And it really was kind of a nod to them being so reactive. Before, when they were, like, less reactive, I didn't really want a 3/2 that spun randomly into a thing. But once they started like being really reactive, then it was like, okay, well now I just want a 2-for-1 in my deck to punish the reactive stuff. But yeah.
All right. Well, this this last game in this match, it means a lot. We were talking about how impactful it would be if Luke lost.
Yeah, if Luke loses, it really...
There's a cut down.
It's a very good hand. Very good hand. Good mana, removal, keeping this every day of the week. I'm playing an untapped land here on
Shelly.
turn 1. Definitely an untapped land, so I can leave cut down. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't see what other lands we have, but... Oh, do we only have 2 lands? Okay, we had to do it that way.
There's Rona.
Well, now we
Cut down.
cut it down. See you later. He's missing lands, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to draw lands. It's a really heavy hand there. Kyle's just gonna slam the
He's
Gurk.
got 2 Gurks.
Yeah,
First Gurk
number
is the
1.
decoy.
That one's getting dealt with. There's a land drop. Pretty good. We'll see what Luke does. Assume we just deal with the Gurk. See you later, Gurk. But there's another one. And
That's another one.
We do not. Oh, a third Gurk?
Mm-hmm.
So many Gurks. No, we don't call it the Gurk 9th. Oh, another land there. Oh,
That's
man.
huge. That's huge. Shelly's good.
We can Otawara it. See if he does that. I think he will. There's not a ton else to do right now. Triggers the Gurk. Kyle, okay, Rona. That's castable. That was that Rona? Thought it was.
Damn it, somebody-
God, he's so fast. Okay, no. Okay, things are not looking good.
Geopraiser.
Oh, that's probably what I'd be doing. I don't know. Shieldred's like fine. Oh, it's a Shieldred. Kyle has a Shieldred in his hand. Okay.
Alright.
Well, you got to pick up the Otawara.
He has to pay 3 life or discard still, right?
Card. Yep. Okay, well now Shieldred could just take... Well, it's going to be dueling Shieldreds, but we have the Otawara, so... What a game. Very interesting game. See how Kyle chooses to maneuver. A lot of options. Takanuma in hand. Could be a land drop. Could just be a rebuy thing. He needs to figure
Yeah,
out...
I like Kyle's thought. Just slam the Shelly.
keep it as a spell. He's really being patient, which makes sense. Don't really have any use for the extra mana, so why would you play... Ooh, now...
Now we can play the Aklazov.
We could. We know there's an Otawara in hand, so it do that much, but the Otawara channel would make a bat, which is probably just on chump block duty for the Shieldred. It's a weird turn. I mean, yeah, okay. Do that. It's Otawara. Problem is, if Kyle has an untapped land, right? So we'll see if Kyle decides to just go Gurk, play land, Otawara you. To progress his board. I think that's the right play. I think I would now play an untapped land if I were him, but he also...
What about attacking here? Why don't we, if we attack...
Yeah, you can't flip... it does ramp him. Like, Luke having another land is kind of annoying.
Yeah, but getting the bat off the board might be huge.
Yeah, it'll be back later, and it gives him a land. There's also a Glissa. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I did not expect that one to get played. Wow, okay, Gurk. Interesting play there.
Well, we also have Takanuma.
We do, but now I'm worried.
Shelly
here.
getting in there. This is huge.
It's an interesting play from Kyle.
Down to 7.
I'm surprised at that play. We'll see if this works out.
Yeah, playing the... It's interesting playing the Otawara.
I don't like that. I think that was not great. Unless he has a card in there that I'm not seeing. Is there a go for the throat? No. How do we beat this? Now he gets a bat?
I think Kyle's thought process is that
he thinks he can maybe raise.
Yeah.
So that's got to be the... But it's a 4/4 life link.
The Gurk is getting bigger when he discards lands too.
It is. Now we have to beat the Shieldred, though, too. We know about the Shieldred. I don't think Kyle's going to win.
Kyle's winning this.
Yeah, I think the Otawara was a bit of a misstep there, to be honest. He's going to do... Okay. No, he doesn't have one in the yard. Okay, there's a Rona. Trigger the Gurk again, right? Because we hit a Dark Slick.
Nope, there's not a Dark Slick.
And we get another... Oh, there's no Dark Slick there?
You discard the Dark Slick from the...
That's right, from the Aklazats. Yeah, now there's another bat, too, by the way. We got 2 bats. Shieldred's just bouncing off each other. I think Kyle's going to lose. I don't think playing that Otawara is good. Definitely think it's going to lose him the game. It's bizarre.
Maybe his idea is he's trying to get Hellbent.
Well, that lets the Aklazats flip. That's like actively bad.
Well, the Aklazat has already flipped, right?
No. No, it's
No,
still
no.
a 10.
If it dies, it flips.
Yeah, if it dies, it flips. Yeah.
Yeah. In this way, he's just not discarding cards.
Well, then Acklazotz draws. I think Kyle's gonna
Yeah, I
lose.
think Kyle's definitely behind.
Weird. Like you were saying earlier, Kyle doesn't usually make any mistakes, but I think playing the Otawara was a pretty big misstep in this game. We definitely needed to bounce that stupid thing.
Yeah, the one of Acklazad. Whew,
What a card, man.
brutal.
Yep. D good. Get you with bats. Draw a card. It's not a good one, but who cares? Honestly,
Yeah, I just don't know what Kyle's out is.
I don't either. And the second copy of Shieldred in hand is some real insurance here for Luke as well. He gains another 4 life. He has a Blood Tithe here. Just disastrous. We have the Manland now. Threats everywhere. I mean, this is just... I don't know what's going to... Yeah,
I don't see a way out.
I don't think Kyle is an out. Really do not. Okay, well, that just means less X2s are going to top 8 is what this really means. Both these players probably were going to top 8 no matter what, but like you said, Luke maybe would have been on the bubble. Now he's certainly not on the bubble. He'll be potentially first seed.
Potentially,
actually.
yeah.
So pretty cool. And Sokanzan doesn't really do much. Gives him a bat, and yeah. All right. We can channel buyback. Yeah, we're just gonna die to flyers. And the Acklazotz and the bats are really starting to... The bat god is bat godding over there, creating a horde of bats.
Yeah. Kyle's just thinking.
Kyle's now slowing down because he's just really trying to think if he has any outs. I don't believe he does, and he'll probably come to that conclusion soon too. Maybe his out is he has to like do this, bounce Gurk, hit a land drop. He has to top deck breach. I mean, that might be his out, is top deck breach, and hope that he can live. But I literally think like we're getting close to all out attack kills you territory. I guess we do have 2 chumpers now. Probably bounces it.
The issue is we're going to die to the flyers.
I know. I guess what he could do is he can Takanuma into another Otawara and then start looping that Otawara with Gurk. That's got to be the plan. There's the 7th land, so we can cast Breach if we find one. Okay. I think it is, strangely enough, still winnable for Kyle. It's going to involve milling at least an Otawara on the Takanuma, though. If we get an Otawara in on the action here, maybe we can come back. But these bats...
Well, we're also missing a relic.
We are, which... We
It's
do have
huge.
so much mana right now that I mean, all his channel lands are 1 mana. He has 7 lands in play, so he can like do a lot of tricky nonsense. But okay, yep,
Not anymore.
yep. Okay, so he's gonna Otawara the Blood, maybe. Oh, he doesn't have Otawara. What am I talking about?
Takanuma.
Well, the good news is he can make the Gurk really big, right? He can Takanuma into a land. He might be able to... well, it actually didn't even target Gurk, so it doesn't matter. Okay. There's Gurk, land.
Ludovic.
Okay.
So, no, it's...
Glissa. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that much what the 3 are.
So there should be an extra blood, right? Or
Yeah,
no, he cracked the blood.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be an extra blood because he went blood, your Glissa, or he went target your Glissa, target your Shieldred, I think, initially. So yeah, there should be, I believe, a 3rd blood.
I think if you just kill the Shieldred and then you attack with just the bats, that's 7 damage. You're putting him to 5. The Shieldred will put him to 3. The Shieldred's going to do the work for you.
Yeah. And we can fire up a manland here too.
Yeah, but you also have all those spirits that are going to be
That's
blocking
that's
everything.
true. The spirits are pretty annoying.
Everything in the air is what's important.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. I guess just send. How many bats do we have? We should have.
Oh, okay. There was supposed to be.
There was a third blood, and I think you should have 5 bats now too. For the record, there were 2 more.
He does have 5 bats. The pink sleeve.
Oh, the ones that cannot attack are
correct.
pink, and okay. Too much labeling.
There's too much
actual representation. It's much easier for me if I just throw a sleeve out there, put 5 on it, say 5 are bats, and that 2 of them cannot attack. So much easier. You need to differentiate the same token. For God's sake, that's just too much. Too confusing. How do people do this? Aclazotz gets a trigger. Did Kyle discard a card to Aclazotz, or make sure we stay up on that? Okay, there it is. Discard the Glissa. Yeah. All right, well, Kyle needs a breach. It's got to be a breach, and it's probably got to be a breach into Carnosaur, and then spin into like removal spell, and also hit like Shieldred.
Yeah, we need to get.
We need to find it. We need to find an answer to the Aclazotz, though. We're at 5. What if we drew an Otawara? Would an Otawara keep us alive? Probably not. I think we're just too low. I'm really curious. I'm really curious why Kyle played the Otawara this game. Maybe he thought he could high roll on the Takenuma. That's my only. Was probably his reasoning, was that he hoped that he would be able to find another Otawara off the Takenuma mill.
I think that's a Titania he drew.
That's I mean, it does have reach.
Can
Okay,
block
this is
from
actually
that.
the Titania is kind of interesting because every time a land enters your yard, you gain 2 life.
Yeah.
But I just don't think we can beat the army of bats. I mean, the Bat God is just going off over there. We see 5 bats in play, and every time we do any land nonsense, we just get more bats that progressively deal us damage. There's a land drop. Silkenzahn's not doing enough anymore. We have to play. We have to play Titania, and then we're gonna have to channel the Takenuma. We're gonna have to hit 3 lands, which would gain us 6 life.
No, plus the one being channeled, 8 life.
8 life. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a chance. I don't know. I don't feel good if I'm in Kyle's spot, that's for sure. But theoretically could win, I guess. Maybe. There we go. That looks so much cleaner. Those pink sleeves out of there.
You're the worst.
2 lands. Kyle shows 2 lands. Kill the Titania. Kyle has to respond. Trigger the Bat God. Get another bat. This one can't attack. Please don't get a pink sleeve. Please just tick it up to 6, and let's just all agree that only 5 can attack. I don't want to see a pink sleeve that's the same token. That's sick.
That's 2 lands. That's 9 life. Yep, that's game.
It's over. Yep. Yeah. Wow. All right. So less X2 is going to be in top 8. That's all we know right now.
Aclazotz. Woo!
Pretty good.
Spicy one of fun of.
Yeah, very good. Very good in the mid-range mirrors.
What
is going on here? We have got blue-black going off. Looks like Raja with the sharp-eyed rookie. The Rook already is triggered twice. Some good stuff.
From what it looks like, Noah looks slightly ahead.
Yeah,
without life totals, I would say.
I would say so. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flyers in play. Raja, yeah,
only slightly though.
True,
only slightly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Looks bad, but Raja could just Gix's command, I guess. That's an Aclazotz. It resolves, but it's gonna get killed, and Raja loses. All right. Well, Raja should certainly still be in top 8, I think. But Raja
3-2.
Raja losing there,
that
unfortunate.
Means Noah is number 1 seed.
That does. It also is really unfortunate for any other X2 that wanted to get in, because Raja probably going to be the top X2 of all the X2s, would be my assumption. So Raja probably a lock, but it's not certain. I obviously don't know the breakers, but I would assume he's good. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting next couple. No 4-0s. we had 301s. I don't think anybody was
No,
actual
no 4-0s,
4-0.
no 4-0s, just 301s. I believe 4 people drew into top 8
Yeah,
originally.
yeah. So,
That's usually how it goes.
man,
anyways.
this tournament is flying. By the way, we are
3
almost
o'clock and
at
don't
3 o'clock, and we're almost moving to top 8. And at the pace we're going, yeah, I might actually be able to commentate the entire event. I'm
Yeah,
leaving
there
at
you go.
5, so.
There
We'll
you
see.
go.
About
All
2
right.
hours left. We're probably got about 10, 15 minutes until we get to top 8. I'll try and go get a list of 10 cards over to Mr. Pinter so we can talk about some of my favorite cards out of the new set for constructed formats.
Make sure to bring your phone.
I'm gonna
Okay.
do that right now. It's sitting on the floor right here, but now it is no longer doing that. So, all right, we will be back, everybody.